Hi class, my name is Gabriela Prieto. I'm a psychology major, and today I'm going to be discussing the relationship between money and happiness. And what I believe is that the more money one has, the happier one is. I want to start off by discussing some articles that I came across, and one of them was an article that discusses a research done by Heaney, Muffles, and Wooden in 2008. And they not only wanted to see the relationship between wealth and income and happiness, but they also wanted to see how a person spends their money contributes to their happiness. So they found out that wealthier individuals who have higher incomes show higher levels of happiness than those who live in poorer conditions and have lower incomes. And they also found that those who had enough money to spend on themselves, not necessarily on necessities, but luxuries and such, showed higher levels of happiness as well. And to further emphasize these findings, the next article that I came across also discusses that wealthier individuals show higher levels of happiness, but they also found a connection between an individual's community and how the wealth of the community also affects their own happiness. So those who live in prosperous communities showed higher levels of happiness as well. However, I did come across an article who contradicted these findings, and this research found that more than actually being happier, those who are wealthier simply have a better perception of quality of life. So for instance, if a household's income were to double, individuals will show the same levels of well-being. And to give you a more concrete idea, the study's models indicated that an increase in household income from $10,000 per year to $20,000 per year would result in the same levels of subjective well-being as would an increase from $100,000 to $200,000. So next I want to further explain my reasoning behind my hypothesis that the more money one has, the happier one is. And the reason I believe this is because in a household, to me, the biggest stressor is money. And if you don't have money to stress about, then you're stress-free. And to me, being stress-free is the same as being happy. So moving on to my findings, I created a survey that I distributed to 9 of my peers, and I also interviewed one of them. And what I found is that about half of my peers said they do not believe wealthy individuals are happier than non-wealthy individuals because they believe that there are other stressors that affect people more than money. And the other half believe that wealthier individuals are happier because they do not have to worry about money. On the statements on the survey where my peers had to respond whether they agree or not about whether spending on special experiences makes people happier, they all agree. And the person that I interviewed for my research reported that she does believe that more money equals more happiness because then it's one less thing to worry about. And I remember her answering my questions, and a lot of her answers had to do with her mom, and I think that she just wanted to have enough money. She would like to have enough money to pay off her mom's debt, and that is why she believes that more money equals more happiness. So the biggest limitation I came across was that the data that I collected was only a small representation of the whole UTEP population. And I believe that a better way to approach this would be to distribute at least 100 surveys to 100 students in every major. That way we can include the whole population rather than just a small portion of it, rather than just like a specific major or a specific college. And I also believe that more time needed to be spent reading the articles and analyzing them because I feel like we skimmed through them in order to just have something to turn in by the deadline. And I think it would be great to be able to fully understand what we read in order to incorporate whatever we read into our own findings and research. And I believe that future research should focus more on a specific subject like mental health, simply because it is something that many people struggle with and they face. And I feel it's something that a lot of people would feel a connection to or would be really interested in. And that was it for my presentation. Thank you all for listening and good luck.